Week 14 review, recap, week 15 preview. Let's get it. So, my squad versus Buckingham. So, Buckingham trying to come back on me, and let's see. One category, two categories. So, possibly two categories he could come back on me and maybe flip this game around. But we'll see. I'm trying to, hold off on that. And I see one other category I could grab right here and two right here. And three right here. So yeah, I still think I can even, possibly win in the almost dime blowout. But I know there's one category I ain't going into this one, but at least I got a chance to win, almost 90%, 90% of them. But yeah, we'll see how, that matchup go. I think today I got 4 playing against 2. Yeah, I got 4 players playing. I think he got 2 players playing. So that'll give me an advantage for this, for a couple of these categories, especially the counting categories over here on the right side, except for the TO. And then we'll come back to that as the game of the week. We got to make sure we come back to that, which is the game. Bud City Bums versus Team Alexander. So Team Alexander, he's trying to come back in. Got 1 category, 2 categories, 3 categories. Slightly 4 categories. So okay, Team Alexander can come back in 3 or 4 categories. And we'll see if he can, his squad pull that off and avoid the, slight upset from a team that's right outside the playoff house, right at the door of the playoff house outside looking, peeking in. And we got 420 Vitor 69 versus Orlando Pride. Wow, so Orlando Pride definitely getting one of the top teams in the standings, but looks like he might get blowed out here against a team that's, towards the more the back of the standings, trying to push his way, up, and Orlando Pride could come back in. 1 category. 2 categories. So you can come back in 2 categories pretty easily. And maybe another 3 or 4, but which would be more, challenging for him to come back in. So we'll see if 420 could continue to, win that game and win those other 2 categories that Orlando Pride is super close in coming back in. And then we got Fantasy Savage versus Ad City. So Fantasy Savage, man, I think Halliburton, his number 1 draft pick, went out on him again. Like, man, and the kid's supposed to be starting, in the All-Star game too. He did so raw in the beginning of the season, in the in-season tournament. Even though he's missed about a good, maybe double-digit amount of games, still starting in the All-Star game. I'm pretty sure he the kid that started in the All-Star game that's played the least games, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Fantasy Savage, he's trying to come back in 1 category and maybe 2 categories. The second would be very challenging right here. But it looks like wow, man, Ad City looks like he's definitely gonna get the blowout W win, where it's 7-3, 8-2, or 9-1. Man, and Ad City had Doncic put up 70 something in Atlanta. Damn, he did him like that after they traded him during the draft. Damn. Shouldn't on trading them boys like that, huh? Doncic. So we got next Taylor Swift Down Under versus John's Blockheads. Taylor Swift Down Under trying to come back in maybe one category. Oh, it's maybe two categories. So yeah, he has a chance to come back in two categories and flip this matchup to 6-4 in his favor. But yeah, other than that, John's Blockhead looks like he's gonna get this slight W in this. Then we got Me Too Movement versus Hold You Fat. Me Too Movement, Me Hold You Fat trying to come back in maybe one category. He can only really come back in one category. Yep, Hold You Fat can really come back in one category. So Me Too Movement is gonna get this W 7-3, 6-2, maybe even 8-2. Looks like possibly so. Yeah, Me Too Movement trying to, maintain his, playoff seeding spot. Hold You Fat trying to go for last place out here in these fantasy hoop streets. Then we got Make Targets Goons versus Ass Nation Part 2. So Ass Nation Part 2 trying to come back in. Damn, he can't really come back in no categories. Maybe one, and that's gonna be kind of super hard for the kid to come back in. So what Make Targets Goons might just get this W 8-2. He could possibly win 9-1 if he come back in another category. So yeah, Make Targets Goons can win this almost 9-1, 8-2. 7-3. One of those, but yeah, As Nation Part 2 look like he going back towards last place out here in these fantasy hoop streets too. Oh, you fat in As Nation Part 2, man. Man, might have to, yeah, man. But we gonna go to the preview. Oh yeah, let's go game of the week. So game of the week, it's tied up. Okay, first 1 seed versus 2 seed, and how many categories are still up for grabs? 1, definitely, super close, definitely 1. 2, another 2, yeah, 2 that's super close, yeah. And then we got another 2 categories that's moderately close. So yeah, they still got about 4 categories up for grabs, man. And yeah, in this last day of the fantasy week. So yeah, it should be interesting. Let's see. Let's get a more analytical look at the matchup. So we got 2 versus 4. So these Nets has more players playing. That benefits Melo in the one category, of course. This one right here. But yeah, so yeah, it's 4-on-2 pretty much. KD and Ivy versus Luke Kennard, Bogdan, P. Williams, and Chet. Interesting. Field goal percentage, yeah, that's good. Yeah, if KD is on, then Melo could probably win that. But if Chet is on, not miss. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Now we're gonna do preview week. Only 3 weeks left of fantasy, man. So let's get down to the wire. This is the pretty much the matchup where we finally faced every team in the league. Right here in week 15. So my squad finally faces the only rookie owner for this season, Taylor Swift down under. And yeah, man, I'm trying to get. Of course, I'm going for the blowout W, the dime blowout on the kid. So yeah, we'll see, man. Should be interesting matchup, man, because I think he might be coming off a close game, close to 5-5 or something like that, previous week. So yeah, he's still in the playoff hunt, and yeah, I mean, think about it. Even these last 3 weeks, if you could be in last place, if you get all 10-0 wins these last 3 weeks, yeah, you could win it all in these fantasy hoop streets, man. And with a still, but yeah, then we got 808 Team Don Mello versus Team Alexander. Could be a nominee for the game of the week. We'll see. But yeah, that should be an interesting matchup, man. To see, who could the Team Alexander could, beat a team that's higher seeded than him and has been one of the top, 2 seeds for most of the league this season so far. And then we got Orlando Pride versus These Nuts. Oh yeah, that's most likely gonna be the game of the week. I'd say more so than even the more previous game we just discussed. But yeah, this could be interesting matchup. Yeah, 2 teams that's These Nuts defending champs and Orlando Pride, who's won a championship before, but probably like a few years back, maybe like 3-4 years back. But yeah, Orlando Pride. This team been in the top 3, top 4 for most of the league as well this season, this fantasy hoop season. And let's see if he can pull off the upset on these Nuts, man, on defending champ. It should be interesting. Should most likely going to be game of the week, pretty sure. We got Fantasy Savage versus Buzz City Bums. Fantasy Savage, yeah, man. Hopefully he have his number 1 draft pick back, and yeah, he'll see if he could try to get up out of last place, and most likely gonna have to get blowout wins these next, the rest of the way in order to get it in the playoffs. Yeah, most likely, yeah, you're gonna have to get 9-1, 10-0 type wins, Fantasy Savage, to do that. So I know he's gonna be extra motivated to, do everything he can to, keep his season going with the trying to make the playoffs and beat, upset Buzz City Bums, who's right there, on the edge of the playoff house. You know what I'm saying? John's Blockheads versus 420 Vitor 69. We go see, man. If 420 Vitor 69 could, be one of the teams who has one of the top big men in the league, and I know he gave up. 420 gave up Giannis back in the early season, but I wonder if he. He won Giannis back now with I'm not sure. But yeah, John's Blockheads versus 420. Yeah, man, let's see if 420 could upset one of the teams who's been in the top 4 standings for most of the league this season. And 420, I think he did have a top 5 pick for the draft. I think he did. That's why he got Giannis, but then he got rid of him quick. Slightly.